Ladies and gentlemen, this is former WCW and TNA ring announcer David Penzer, also author of Sitting Ringside Volume 1, and you are watching and listening to TNA Cross the Line podcast.
TNA Wrestling, Cross the Line.
And we're back with episode 339 of the TNA Cross the Line podcast. I am Bob Colling Jr., and with me, as always, is Dallas Gridley. In Dallas, we are coming off of Final Resolution, the first pay-per-view of 2008 for TNA Wrestling. And really, the main takeaway, there are several, and of course, you go through your notes here from Dave Meltzer. But the main takeaway is our main event, where Kurt Angle retained the TNA World Heavyweight Championship when he defeated Christian Cage. But we also got the answer from AJ Styles. Now, at the last Impact, it had been teased the whole episode that he was going to make his decision. He did not. We had to watch Final Resolution. And in the end, at first he embraced Christian Cage. Then he turned on Christian Cage, and he has joined Kurt Angle and the Angle Alliance. So Dallas, coming off a Final Resolution, I feel like we enjoyed it. Now the direction appears to be Kurt and Christian, with AJ fully going heel. How do we feel about it?
I just can't believe he turned his back on his hero, Christian Cage. Absolutely stunning. The thing is that I wasn't going to be surprised, I don't think, with either side of who he picked. I was kind of expecting it to go either way, and I wasn't mad about either one. Although I don't think... I feel like it works better with Christian, but if we need to turn Christian babyface because we're getting too many heels on the show, if we want to keep Kurt as like a bad guy, then I understand it. It gives more of a fight to Christian Cage to want to get back at Kurt Angle. So yeah, I mean, I'm not mad about it.
Well, it's funny that you're kind of bringing that up, because I was thinking about it in my own personal time, which means that you probably should pay me some extra money for thinking about this outside of the podcast, and it's consuming my personal life.
Right.
But the dynamic. Right, so AJ has been kind of more of a comedic heel at this point. And then I was thinking, oh, maybe they put him with Kurt because Kurt is a little bit more serious. But then I'm like, he's been pretty funny too. Like, he's been pretty comedic. And then Christian, I think, has comedic tendencies as well. I think the only person that kind of doesn't is Tomko.
Yeah, and even he kind of, you could argue he's got like that dry humor. So it is funny that you bring that up, though, because I mean, you're right about all of them.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is that there maybe an idea would be to counterbalance Kurt's intensity, because like he's humor with like an intense, and then AJ's humor is more like
he's goofy.
I was gonna say immature.
Yeah,
soft.
yeah.
It's not like as abrasive, maybe.
Absolutely.
So that's the only thing I'm trying to think of.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I think it's a fine choice the way that they're going, and I'm not mad about it. They did the classic, and we're going to talk about this too, but they did the classic, I'm going to hug Christian, which clearly means he's about to just turn his back on him. Such a classic wrestling trope of embrace the one you're about to turn on. But it worked. And like you said, I mean, we enjoyed the show. So I just double checked to make sure I was not wrong about that. We both gave it a thumbs up. It was a good way to kick off 2008. And we're about to find out what we're going to be doing leading to Against All Odds starting today. which is exciting. Also, today starts the first tapings of 2008. The first episode was actually taped in 2007, so kind of fun. Well, I guess without further ado, Bob, that all being said, let's do our breakdown of Final Resolution 2008. And if you happen to be Googling that with us, make sure that you are looking at January 6th, 2008. There may or may not be two.
Right.
I don't know. Anyway, so like I just said, Bob, we gave it a thumbs up. What do you think the readers of the Wrestling Observer newsletter gave it? Did they give it a thumbs up, a thumbs down, or a thumbs in the middle?
I'm going to say they went thumbs up.
They did. 56.3% were thumbs up, 23.9% were thumbs down, and 19.7% were in the middle. So not too bad, except when you hear how many people voted for all of this, which is something we will discuss as well. It is quite down from previous ratings. So 40 people gave it a thumbs up, 17 down, and 14 in the middle. So we are quite low on the number of people responding in the Observer newsletter, which Dave likes to point out tends to correlate with how many people probably bought the show. Not that only 60 people bought it, but instead that it was lower than previous shows. So, yeah. As far as the best match on the show, what do you think got voted on as that?
That's a good question. I mean, there's several options here. You could do Kurt and Cage, Kim and Kong. I'm going to say they went with Kim and Kong.
That was actually in second place with 18 votes.
Gotta be Kurt and Cage then.
Yeah, it is. It's Kurt and Cage, 47 votes. And what about the worst match? Funny enough, it's actually not with our worst match. It's not correlated. So
I don't even remember. I'm gonna say Judas and Abyss.
So that was our tied for worst match.
Kaz and Black Rain.
Yeah, it was Kaz and Black Rain, 46 votes.
God damn it.
Which, I mean, not that we rated it super high, but we rated it higher than the Abyss and Judas match and the mixed tag team match. Okay, so let's head over to the Observer. I have a little bit of a lead in, and then we're gonna break down the show quickly. Talk about star ratings. I got ours pulled up right here next to it, and then we'll just have a couple other little tidbits, Bob, and then we're gonna get into the show. Actually, I keep doing this. I should just tell you the tidbits real quick first, because it's the ratings from the last episode of Impact. So hang on. The first episode of Impact from 2008. On January 3rd, it did a 1.1 rating and 1.4 million viewers. The show did a 0.61 in males 18 to 34 and a 0.79 in males 35 to 49. And also, I wanted to point out, I think you called it out, of the Coach Butterbean character that was in AJ's house, being Brother Ernest, right?
Oh, from Memphis, yeah.
Yeah, it is also written, Alvarez, I think, wrote it down. So I just wanted to point out, Bob was correct, which not that I doubted him, but they actually call that out, which sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So I just wanted to call that out real quick. Okay, now it's time to get into Final Resolution, and then we're getting into the day's show. And we have plenty to talk about during the show, so it should be a good one. Okay, so Dave starts out. This is from the January 14th, 2008 Observer newsletter, by the way. He says that TNA is just a company that has lost its way. It's a funny deal for a variety of reasons. Between reruns on the network, good promotion on the station, a good time slot, and star power, more people are watching their television than ever before, and it appears fewer are buying their pay-per-view shows than at a time since they had no television at all. It's pretty interesting. For decades, it's been proven that television ratings and drawing are completely different animals. But no matter how many times it's proven, people will subscribe to the theory that we'll do anything to get our ratings up because attendance will soon follow. Bad house show business, with notable exceptions of the unique Toronto market, during the easiest week of the year to draw, a bad advance for the next pay-per-view, a lower level of buys on pay-per-view, even with more star power than ever before. A message is being sent. But Final Resolution showed that the message wasn't heeded. Not that the Final Resolution was a bad show. If you judged it strictly on the match quality, it was good. And some of the comedy was good. But the overall direction is that nothing matters. Nothing is accomplished, settled, or proven. Every match ending is based on interference, and you know that going in. Every angle is based on doing the opposite of what would be logical based on how the angle starts, which has sadly become predictable. Now he goes into a case in point here. We have 5 weeks of decently rated television building for Kurt Angle versus Christian Cage, but with the focus on who will win or the title is a tangible goal? No. The build is which side, the Angle Alliance or the Christian Coalition, that AJ Styles is going to join. But the television comedy skits were such that nobody could take them seriously. That's fine for the second match, but it doesn't work in the money matches. And the ending saw Styles come out, pull Karen Angle off the apron, hug Christian, and then turn on him. And this is kind of what we were just talking about. So he says, now if wrestling had 20 straight years of logic, and you pulled something like that for the first time, it would be great. But wrestling has had 10 straight years of trying to fool people and render what you see as illogical as the base of the product. So when he hugged Christian, that meant he was turning on him. It also meant that once again we had to ask, well, if he was going out there to help Kurt, then why did he pull Karen off of the apron and hug Christian? He says the answer is because it's wrestling, which makes sense, right? And he says
now I don't mean to cut you off, but
yeah.
I've heard that in shoot interviews from bookers. They'll be like, regular logic and wrestling logic are two different things. It makes sense in wrestling, but in real life, you gotta suspend your disbelief.
It's true.
You don't believe it, but in the wrestling universe, that's what draws money, baby.
It's true.
So he's not wrong.
Yeah. He says, and if it's working, then it's fine. And when it isn't working, the answer becomes it's wrestling being done ineffectively. It's all been said before. TNA has done an atrocious job of building main eventers, and has always been, and very possibly may always be, that matches with what the buying public sees as main eventers is what ultimately makes a difference in pay-per-view. Branding is the biggest deal, but the success of the branding revolves around building stars. TNA is hardly the only struggling product around, but they are the only product struggling to sell tickets that has as much television on a good station in a good time slot with a lot of viewers and lots of talent. And then the final point here, I actually cut quite a bit out of this, so that's why I mentioned the date. I'll say it again, January 14th, 2008, if you want to go and read his full rant. But the last part here that I wanted to mention, he says, all the in-ring prowess isn't going to save a company when you put out a product that people don't care about. That isn't to say TNA is doomed. Luckily for them, they have some positives going for them. Wrestling itself has a certain number of fans, and there are wrestling fans who simply aren't going to like WWE. TNA is going to be the alternative for at least some of those people. Others simply love pro wrestling and are willing to follow a second group. And as a viable company, there are things like TV rights fees and merchandising that no company at similar level of popularity in history has ever been able to make money with. And they do have the talent to do great house shows, and more often than not, do good pay-per-view shows. They just don't create characters on television in a way to get more than just the hardcores interested. So, he goes on a very big rant here, and I don't necessarily agree with everything he's saying, but he makes some interesting points, so definitely worth bringing up. And kind of heading into the pay-per-view here, as I sort of noted when we were just doing the thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle stuff, he notes that the response level to the show was the second lowest of any TNA pay-per-view show since they started going monthly. And our response level has turned out to be a pretty accurate buy rate indicator for TNA. Part of it was the nature of the Christmas season shows, which made everyone comedy and didn't do a good job of selling pay-per-view matches. Going against the debut of American Gladiators didn't help, nor did problems in Canada with some systems not getting the feed. But the TV of a new TV show doesn't explain a big drop from December. which could be, if our polls are any indication, be in the 38% decline level.
So everything that you just talked about, I feel like there's similarities with even present day with AEW in terms of like rights fees and you know, getting a lot of money from networks in comparison to WWE or whatever.
Right.
And I do agree with the TV aspect of the Christmas focused shows are not driving home build for your pay-per-view. Jarrett has said in his podcast now, in hindsight, you know, in today's time, that TNA was a TV driven focus. You know, pay-per-views were just kind of like icing on the cake. Like that wasn't their
right
primary way of making money. So
right.
that doesn't surprise me that their buy rates are smaller. It is maybe a little surprising that their buy rates are getting smaller than compared to when they weren't even on TV.
I think that is like fascinating.
That kind of blows my mind.
That's crazy.
You know, even say like No Surrender 2005. Oh, I just unplugged my microphone.
Well, that's the thing. And like, there was a time where we weren't even on TV. So you're telling me that the pay-per-views that we weren't even on TV for, it's just like, I mean, that's just crazy.
Right. So like, let's just say No Surrender 2005, which is I feel like a show I enjoyed. It has, you know, Raven and Abyss, right? In that,
yeah,
you know, all collar match.
I could let you know if we liked it.
That'll be funny if I didn't like it. I think I liked the match.
We liked it.
Okay. So the let's say that show got like 25,000 buys, 30,000 buys, right? With no TV. And then you're telling me that 3 years later, just about 3 years later, that a main event of Kurt Angle and Christian Gage, not arguably, clearly two way bigger names nationally in the wrestling space,
right,
with television, would get lower than something like that.
Yeah, that's the thing, and it's tough because we kind of briefly talked about it in that year in review that we did on the first episode of 2008. We had like rough pay-per-view numbers for 2007, but they don't release their numbers, so we don't actually know. Right. And I think that's a really important part of this too. Like, he's basing it off of roughly 100 people that are sending in their their votes and stuff like that, but even if it got 15,000 buys, well, there's only about 70 people who are even reporting to him if they like the show. That's a pretty, I mean, who knows?
Right.
Yep. And I don't know if, I was trying to look to see if I could find a number quick, but I'm not, I mean, you might have a site easier to find than me, but I'm not seeing anything where I'm looking.
For buy rates?
Yeah, for like Final Resolution, just to see if we have like a...
There was definitely a site that I had used before that had just like kind of, I think it's actually right here, rough estimates for it. So Final Resolution.
I'm seeing like roughly 20,000, but I don't know if that's accurate.
Let's see here. That's that. So that. So it looks like for the January version, is the estimate is between 20 to 25,000.
I mean, that's definitely lower than a lot of the other numbers we've heard before, but...
Well, just by comparison, the estimate for 2007 is 30 to 35.
Right, so, I mean, a decent jump.
And then, if you want a fun fact here, it's out of our timeline, but 2010 is 8 to 15.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Brother. We know what we're doing, brother.
Whoa. Talk about a television product, though, because then they'll be bragging that they got 4 million viewers, right. But like then even that's crazy.
That's even worse. If you have 4 million TV viewers and then 15,000 of them are
absolutely crazy.
Product.
Yeah. Absolutely crazy. Okay. So where am I here? It's time. We're going to talk about the matches now. We're going to talk about star ratings and all of that, and talk about all the craziness that went down the show. So, Final Resolution, January 6th, 2008. It drew the usual full house of 900 fans in Universal Studios in Orlando. And the more of the declining pay-per-view numbers, as he writes. I do really enjoy that. At least the Impact Zone is filled. I gotta look at the positives. Free or not, I mean, you could just say, I don't want to go. So at least they're still filling out the Impact Zone to have a decent crowd for that.
Well, here the strategy is pretty good. I mean, 900 fans in any wrestling scenario is probably going to be enjoyable. You know, you know what I mean? Like
it's a good size.
That's a good size. And I would have to think it's not hard to be like, hey, do you know who Kurt Angle is? And people are like, oh yeah, of course. You want to see him for free?
Right.
What? I can do, yeah. AJ Styles, you know, like, I feel like it's not pulling teeth to get people into.
It's not a hard sell
into the arena. Yeah. Even in the early days, I think you could be like, hey, remember ECW? Yeah. Remember Raven? What? Yeah. And well, he's gonna have like a bloodbath with this Abyss guy.
Right.
If you want to like thumbtacks and stuff. Well, okay. And like, yeah. So
easy sell.
Now here's my question for you. If like Kurt and Christian, all these guys were at the Nashville fairgrounds, where it was like 1,200 or 1,300 fans, paying fans. Sometimes some of them weren't paying.
Right.
Do you think they're filling the house each time?
I think they would.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
With like Kurt, Sting, Booker, Christian.
I think if you have that much star power in Nashville, I think they would.
You'd have to be, right?
Because before you know, not that they didn't have names, but the names they had weren't like, holy shit, I gotta go see it. And it's not a shot against like Jarrett and stuff, because I like Jeff Jarrett. But like, you put Kurt Angle, Christian Cage on a card, and then you have like Jeff Jarrett and I don't even know who else was like a big name, but I'm even thinking before Raven.
Brian Christopher.
Right. You see what I mean though? It's like, it's very different.
Yeah.
And
I get it.
And it was Jeff Jarrett was the star power. And it's like, yeah. and he's obviously was big in the area and stuff like that. But like, you put Kurt and Christian on that show too. Yeah, we'd be selling good.
I think they would, and I think at some point, probably after they would have gotten Kurt Angle, they would have to have told the Nashville crowd, like, there's no more freebies. Either you're in or you're out.
Yeah, I would say so. And I feel like, why wouldn't you pay for that?
Right.
So. Okay, so let's kick off the Final Resolution breakdown here. The opening match, there was no pre-show matches or anything like that that were even written about, so we don't have to talk about that at all. The opening match, LAX, Homicide and Hernandez defeated the Rock N Rave Infection, which was Lance Hoyt and Jimmy Rave, in 6 minutes and 48 seconds. Everyone worked hard, but it came off as very indie level, particularly with Hoyt. But it also seemed like a decent contest of how many moves they could fit in a short time that they were given. The finish saw Christy Hemme interfere. Shelly Martinez in her costume came out. And while this was going on, Hernandez gave Rave the border toss from the middle rope, almost like a Splash Mountain, and then got the pin. After the match, Hoyt went after Martinez, but she gave him a low blow, and then Hemme gave her the low blow, but she didn't sell it. She threw Hemme out of the ring, and then that's when she actually revealed herself, took off the mask and her whole coverall outfit. The whole crowd began chanting Shelly the minute the mask came off, and it ended with her doing a stripper dance, as Dave says. He gives this match 2.25 stars, and me and Bob both gave it 3 stars. Pretty solid opening.
Yeah, so the description there that it came across indie, I can see what he means, but Hoyt out of the 4 is the least indie type of guy I feel of that match. Like, Rave is coming off of Ring of Honor, and he's worked that kind of style. Homicide and Hernandez, kind of the same idea. Hoyt doesn't come across.
Yeah, I think he just hates
working the indie style.
I think he hates Lance Hoyt. I feel like he has for a long time.
It has to be something because he wasn't coming across as indie level to me. Indie level style,
I agree.
however you want to word it.
I agree. Also, I want to this is a random call out over on our Instagram page at Cross the Line TNA. We made a post. This is from the December 20th episode. But Jimmy Rave's daughter commented on our post asking if anyone had her dad's robe. I don't know if it's talking about the robe in the picture or just any robe, but to please reach out to her. So if you go to our post, I thought that was kind of fun. I don't have the robe, but if someone else does and would like to be in contact, that'd be really cool. She says there will be a high dollar reward if it's found. So she's really looking for this robe.
I feel like I remember hearing about her quest to find. I want to say it's a specific robe.
Yeah, I'm not 100%.
I'm not sure how many he necessarily had, but there was one that she was looking for.
Well, the one he's wearing in the picture is not a very exciting robe. But I suppose if you're just looking for any of them, then who cares? I mean, it's still cool. But I just wanted to call out. I just remembered that I saw that over on our Instagram page, which gets actually more visibility than I would have expected. Instagram is not usually on my radar. We definitely focus more on the Twitter X kind of space, but after that match, though, at Final Resolution, they started doing those drinking contest segments, the best of 3 segments between Eric Young and James Storm, called the DCS, the Drinking Championship Series. It was actually filmed the night before, which Dave says this is why, to explain Jeremy Borash being there, which I don't know why that matters. He also points out that Borash and Christo were wearing casual clothing, which I thought was very interesting. I also really don't understand why they taped it the day before, but whatever. The first segment involved them drinking and I guess running down an embarrassment moment that involved the other after a drink. After jokes about Storm catching Young buying rubbers in a skit months ago, that they were doing the Young versus Miss Brooks stuff, Young accused Storm of being at the Detroit race riots in 1967. And Dave says, well, since Storm wasn't born yet in 1967, Young was wrong, so Storm won the first fall. The winner of the 2 of 3 falls ended up not only as the TNA drinking champion, but also could pick the stipulation for a singles match between the 2 of them at the show in Greensville against all odds on February 10th. Next up, Kaz defeated Black Rain in 7 minutes 28 seconds with a version of the downward spiral, which did he just beat him with the wave of the future or something? I don't remember off the top of my head, but
yeah, I thought
it
was that.
Yeah, so he just doesn't know the name of it. It's a wave of the future. This served to slow down Kaz's momentum. This is something that Bob called out while we were watching the match. He said, hey, they did it with Chris Harris. Are they doing it with Kaz? Dave even writes it here. I don't like that, but we can dissect that more as we go. I don't think these 2 are done.
I don't. So here's the thing. If we go into Against All Odds and Kaz is still involved with Rain and or Relic, I guess, at this point.
Right.
I don't think we're going for an upswing. I think they have plateaued him to being, hey, you had a great match with Christian Cage on pay-per-view, and yeah, you had a good match with Kurt Angle on TV, but we're not elevating you.
Crazy.
And that to me is just kind of
crazy. At one point, Rain knocked Kaz off the apron, and Kaz may have suffered a hip pointer on his the way his hip hit the ramp. But he worked the rest of the match and didn't favor it. He gives this match a 1.25 stars. I give it 2 stars, and Bob gave it 2.5. And I think we also pinpoint when he fell off the ramp and he hit his hip, and it did not look like that was supposed to happen the way it did. So, not completely surprised about that at all. I believe also, he doesn't note it, but I'm pretty sure Kaz took Misty at the end.
He did.
I don't think he put it back on him. I think he literally took it. I could be wrong. But regardless, there was some Misty interaction, and that's why I feel like it's not quite done yet. but we will see what happens there. Next up, Gail Kim pinned Awesome Kong in 12 minutes 44 seconds to retain the Knockouts title in a no DQ match. The women nearly stole the show again, and by far, this match had the most heat on the card. Kong threw Mike Tenay's papers on the floor and scared Don West. We found out that due to the headphones they wear, the announcers have little ability to move during the broadcast, so they may have have a painted bullseye on themselves. So that's why they don't get up and run away right away, because they can't. The finish saw Kong pick up Rudy Charles for the powerbomb, but Kim got behind her and gave her a schoolboy, with Charles' weights crashing down on Kong when Charles counted, and then he counted the pin after that. They did a pull apart after the match. There have been smoother worked matches, but booking the women's title match like a world title match, because it's never done, really worked. Now, unfortunately, putting this kind of world title match on early made it hard to follow. He gives this match 3.5 stars, and me and Bob both gave it 4 stars. It's pretty dang good. Next up, they did the same skit they do every pay-per-view. Kurt is worried that he's going to lose the title, and that Styles may go with Christian. So Karen had an idea but wouldn't tell Kurt what it was, and it involved seducing the adversary. Now, it should be noted that Karen moved around fine on her broken leg, and even came out to ringside for the main event. So apparently, she still does have some kind of injury.
I'm gonna just throw this out here. I'm thinking that it ain't broken.
I do too.
He was fed incorrect information, and he's just doubling down, refusing to say that he got wrong information.
I sort of think so too, because you ain't wearing high heels with a broken leg.
There's no way.
No way.
And you're not at least limping or something.
Getting pulled off the apron?
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I could have had a sprained ankle. I ain't walking.
No, I mean,
not fine.
I have a feeling she tweaked it, and then it's fine. Like, it's been so long between tapings and stuff. Like, I think it's fine. Now, it wound up with Karen offering to relieve Styles of all his pressure and tension, but Styles acting like he was so naive he didn't know what she was talking about. She came on to him, and if he makes the right choice, there's more coming. And she kissed him on the cheek and the neck. It was kind of weird. Now, in the middle of the skit, ODB came out of the stall smoking a cigar. AJ then left Borash and went into the stall where he was supposedly... so we were supposed to be thinking that he was whacking off after Karen got him excited. Yes, that is a real sentence Dave Meltzer wrote in The Observer.
That's kind of what I gathered.
No, me too.
And when you okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna go on a little bit of a rant here. Vince Russo is writing these shows, and even when he left TNA at Victory Road 2004, he went on this PR run saying that he is forgiven. He's a changed man. He's not gonna write.
Oh yeah,
dirt.
No, that's right. That's right.
And here we are in 2008, and he's writing things with masturbation jokes. I don't understand. And now, present day here in 2026, he's writing for Juggalo Championship Wrestling. And I haven't. Dallas knows, and if you read wrestling recaps, I've started to review JCW Lunacy from the beginning of 2024. So I'm not at 2025 or whatever it was. I think it's 2024 that they started, but I haven't gotten to the Russo part yet. But he, just from the clips alone that I've seen, whether it be a wrestler named Cocaine doing cocaine in the bathroom, or a variety of different things. I mean, this guy.
Well, when you gotta try to fix your image when you're getting hated on, I guess you gotta say what you gotta say.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but
well, it's kind of funny you bring this up too. Let me see real quick if it's, because I don't want to mention it if it's. Okay, so yeah, I was going to mention this during the show, but I'm sure this doesn't bode well for what we're talking about either, because apparently there's a Vince Russo and Ed Ferrara Big Vision Entertainment shoot DVD that's going to be released
Yes.
in the UK, and I'm sure he says some really great stuff on it.
There is I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, it's a pretty lengthy shoot interview with him and Ed Ferrara. The Hardy Boys, I think, did one too. For the same company.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure that there's plenty of stuff in that we could point to too. So I just think it's kind of funny.
I think my main point here is that Russo's writing, for the most part, doesn't have depth to it. It's just immature jokes that he probably had seen like on an animated show or something, and then he just went with it. I mean, he's gone on record and said that a lot of inspiration for the Attitude Era was watching trash TV, your Jerry Springers or Ricky Lakes, whatever, that trash.
Oh, there you go.
TV. I mean, there's no.
You can't deny it.
I don't know. There's not really a skill. I think that I don't know if there's much skill to that. Frankly, I think you and I right now could write a trash TV focused impact and have it be like, oh, there you go, we filled 2 hours.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because he does write a lot of trash, but I feel like some of the other stuff can also be good too. But I'm sure that's not solo writing either. No. In TNA especially, there's a booking committee. I mean, there's people who are collectively doing stuff. So you can't even say it's one person's idea or that it makes him better by himself, because I think by himself is when the weaknesses show.
Absolutely, and I think an example here is there's no shot in hell he has anything to do with Gail Kim and Awesome Kong right now.
No, I think
D'Amore, right?
I was gonna say D'Amore, isn't it? It's gotta be either D'Amore or doesn't Terry Taylor work with the women a lot too? So I wouldn't be surprised if it's a mix of that. Although when we're saying that, who produced wasn't there a women's match on the show that
was? I think that was D'Amore. That's why I'm saying D'Amore.
Yeah. So I mean, there you go. I think that makes a lot of sense. I was trying to look quick, but I'm pretty sure it's D'Amore. So that's what I'm going with. Yeah, it's fair. Now, before the show was over, this is a continuation of that, the whacking off, after the whacking off segment. Before the show was over, we had a Christian Cage promo where he ran down that Karen is old up close and Kurt acting like he had no idea that his wife seduced Styles. He asked Borash, who was always in the middle of the comedy, if he was accusing his wife of being a Mrs. Robinson, which is a 60s movie of a mom of a college friend seducing a young Dustin Hoffman. Now, I would not have gotten this reference until Dave said this. But
I am aware of that reference.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't have.
Hello, Mrs. Robinson. Yeah.
Yep, no, nothing for me. But Borash acted like he had no idea what a Mrs. Robinson was, and it was all pretty funny. So, segment went over pretty well. Next up, Judas Mesias pinned Abyss in 11 minutes, 3 seconds. Before the match, James Mitchell warned Abyss that his mother told him that little boys who don't tell the truth will burn in hell. We had no thumbtacks in this match. Now, apparently the thumbtacks are Abyss's security blanket. Mitchell took the bag and was leaving with it, and Abyss chased him, and Mesias used a chop block to stop him. Eventually, Mitchell came back out with a different bag, but... Now, Abyss used the black hole slam, but Mitchell distracted the ref. As Abyss went after Mitchell, Mesias gave a downward spiral, which is his straight to hell move, on the barbed wire chair. Abyss was bleeding from the head and the arm and was pinned. After the match, Mitchell opened up his new bag and it was a canister of gasoline. Or at least that's what it's supposed to be. Hopefully they used something else, since it was poured all over Abyss and got in his eyes. Now come on. I don't know why he has to write that, but...
yeah, give me a break.
Whatever. Mitchell pulled out a match to set Abyss on fire, and the all security came out to stop it. He gives this match a 1.5 stars, and we also gave this match a 1.5 stars. Next up, it was the mixed tag team match. Booker T and Charmel defeated Robert Roode and Ms. Brooks in 10 minutes 47 seconds. As expected, most of this match was Booker T and Roode. It was decent, but nothing more. It really hit me just how little Booker meant, and he's only been around a few months. I think that is a very interesting statement from him, but it's also accurate because Booker has almost done nothing of substance on the show. Charmel eventually pinned Brooks with a schoolgirl. After the match, Roode was blaming Brooks for losing again. Brooks slapped him. Roode started screaming at her and acted like he was going to beat her up. Charmel ran in, and they did a spot so quick you could barely see, where I guess Roode knocked Charmel down with an elbow to the jaw. I thought he sucker punched her.
It's a punch.
So I think it was a sucker punch. So he might have just seen wrong. That's fine. They played it up huge, though, like it was a big injury angle. Roode sold it like it was an accident, and he was horrified that he did it. Now, Booker's eyes got all big, and he rushed back to the ring, and Roode ran off. Now, unlike most TNA angles, where they rush away and they never bring it up again, this was given time to breathe, and they twice later in the show made mention of Charmel being taken to the hospital and having a possible jaw problem. The match was decent, but you have to give them credit for doing a good job selling the angle. He gives this match 2 stars, and me and Bob both gave this match 1.5 stars. And half of that came from the angle at the end, I remember.
Right.
Part 2 of the Drinking Championship Series took place, where they both had been drinking, and whoever peed first loses. I don't think that's how it went, but that's ended up what happened. I think this one was whoever, you had to finish drinking without taking a break, because they had the 40s taped to their hand, I think.
No, because didn't Jackie Moore like sniff his pants and
Well,
say, "Oh, you did pee."
Right. But I didn't think it was whoever had to pee first, was it?
I think it was.
Okay. Well, either way, as Bob noted, Storm, well, Young apparently had to go really bad. He admitted he couldn't hold it any longer. However, he noticed that there's a wet spot on Storm's crotch and said that it was beer, but then Jackie Moore checked it and confirmed he peed himself. So they are even at 1-1 with the falls. Next up was Team 3D and Donnie Divine defeating Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, and Jay Lethal in the Ultimate X match in 12 minutes and 2 seconds. Now, this was for possession of the X Division title. It is not for the X Division title.
It's so stupid.
Okay.
It's so dumb.
He says this was entertaining, but it was basically killed the Ultimate X gimmick, and the entire premise was ridiculous. The X Division title belt was at stake and hung at the cables, but the winner is whoever took the belt down. However, the championship, still held by Lethal, wasn't at stake. He says, make sense of that, and I can't. I can't. Right. And then the finish saw Team 3D introduce a ladder, which Devon climbed to get the belt with. Then Mike Tenay and Don West went on the speech of how there was a written rule in the Ultimate X matches that you didn't use ladders because it took away from what it was, and how Team 3D violated the premise, again making fun of the X Division. Now granted, in early TNA, early TNA is like early WCW, in that nobody remembers anything, but when the authority figure, Don Callis, announced the premise of the Ultimate X in 2003, he specifically said the only rule was no ladders. And he says, by the way, that interview is on the Ultimate X DVD that they've released recently. So it is a rule, and they broke it. Now, anyway, the story of the match is that Sabin and Shelley both had their hands injured on television, so they couldn't hold on to the cables. And of course, Brother Ray and Brother Devon did the comedy where they were too big to hold on. So the only guys who could even use the cables were Jay Lethal and Johnny Devine. At one point, 3D used kendo stick shots on Sabin and Shelley's hands again to reinforce them being injured and unable to grip the ropes. They destroyed Lethal with a ladder and gave Sabin a 3D, and then Devon climbed the ladder to take down the belt. He gives this match 2.5 stars. I gave it 3.5 stars, and Bob gave it 3 3/4.
Here's the thing with the ladder. The referee didn't see it, right?
Correct. The referee was down. They used the ladder, and then I believe they moved the ladder. Devon was hanging on the cables, so they cheated, but like they weren't. So they
definitely cheated. That doesn't kill the gimmick. I mean, they cheated.
I know. I agree. I don't think it's an issue.
It'd be different it would be different if they used the ladders. The referee saw them use the ladder, and it was just like, well, nothing I can do about it.
Right.
You're still holding true to the gimmick. The gimmick is not to use the ladder, but they cheated.
The heels cheated. Yeah, I agree. He gets a little overcritical about some of this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that does not kill the gimmick. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I agree. Next up, it was the tag team title match. AJ Styles and Tomko defeated Samoa Joe and Kevin Nash in 12 minutes, 10 seconds to retain the tag team titles. Styles and Tomko teased not getting along. Joe and Nash, in their promos, talked as if they were seeing eye to eye, which of course meant they were going to turn on each other. Joe did a promo talking about how the two have been training together the past few weeks, and it wasn't until the TV show they aired 3 days before the pay-per-view where they agreed to team and work together. Now, as far as wrestling with each other, Styles and Joe blew everyone on the show away, with the possible exception of Angle and Christian. They doubled on Joe for a while, and then Joe made a comeback. As he went to tag Nash, he got off the apron and he walked out. He turned on his partner. They went a few minutes with Joe, with both guys. That was real good stuff. He gave Tomko an enziguri and gave Styles the muscle buster, but Tomko made the save. Crowd started chanting, "Thank you, Tomko." And he says, yes, they're brilliant. Joey's shooting promos designed to make him the anti-authority babyface garnered the exact opposite reaction. Well, Tomko was actually turned babyface by the fans some time back, which you could argue that for sure, I think. Joe was double teamed, and Styles used the Pele kick, and Tomko used the high kick for the pin. He gives this match 3.25 stars. I gave it 2, and Bob gave it 2.25.
So, I think that's a really good point with the fans in the Impact Zone maybe turning on Joe, because there's levels to the anti-authority thing. There's being a complainer, and there's trying to fight the good fight. And I think Joe is coming across as a complainer.
And we already got one of those on the show currently.
And that's Chris Harris.
Correct. I mean, his gimmick is... Right. So, there you go.
Chris Harris being like, I want opportunities. This is bullshit, blah, blah. And then Samoa Joe, I want opportunities. I want title matches. I want more money. This is bullshit. It's the same idea. This is where the creative writing comes into effect. You have a guy complaining, wanting more opportunities. He's a heel. Same idea.
Yeah.
But for your top babyface, the crowd's gonna. I think we're not giving the fan base enough credit here to be like, wait a minute.
It's confusing for sure.
It's two guys complaining about the same thing, but I hate one of them. No.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. After that tag team title match is the finals for the Drinking Championship Series, where the first person who passed out loses. The highlight here was Borash doing the "he's gonna puke" Vince McMahon line. He did it Beyond the Mat. Storm spiked Young's drink, causing him to pass out. So Storm won and can pick the match at Against All Odds. That's how that wrapped up. And then finally, it's main event time, baby. Kurt Angle pinned Christian Cage in 18 minutes 39 seconds to retain the TNA title. The crowd was totally burned out by the time this came on. Plus, everyone already knew that the finish wouldn't come until Styles came out, and it would be a run-in. These two had a difficult time getting the crowd going, but worked an excellent match. Eventually in the match, Christian used the Unpredator, but Angle kicked out. Christian went for the ankle lock, and then Angle was tapping, but Karen had referee Earl Hebner distracted. That's when Styles came out, pulled Karen off the apron. He jumped up on the apron, hugged Christian. As Christian turned his back, Styles did a springboard into the flying forearm to the back, and then Styles got the pin Angle got the pin after an Olympic slam. And Dave gave this one 3.75 stars. I gave it 3 stars. Bob gave it 3.25. And that's final resolution, man. That's everything. And it's also all of our pre-show notes. So it was a solid show. But it is time to kind of keep moving along. We have Against All Odds coming up in about a month. Actually, a month from this show's date.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I want to say I had looked. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Let's see here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we have 5 impacts.
Oh.
Before we get to Against All Odds. So, well, let's get into it. Let's get into the fallout of Final Resolution. What is AJ Styles going to say? What is Kevin Nash going to say about walking out on Samoa Joe? Is Samoa Joe going to cut a promo and be mad? Probably. So it's the January 10th, 2008 edition of Impact. Our runtime approximate is 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 57 seconds. If you want to watch along with us, head over to the TNA Plus app. It's not on YouTube. I'm going to count down from 3. And when I say play, that is when our watch along will begin. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, play.
As we're doing our opening video here, Bob, I will point out we had an explosion match taped at this taping. It ends up airing on January 14th, 2008. And Jackie Moore and ODB defeated Angelina Love and Velvet Sky. So, and actually, interesting note as well, the explosion matches from today's taping on January 7th and January 8th for the next episode, the explosion matches were taped in the beginning of the show, not the end. So sometimes they do them at the end, but they just did them first this time, which I think is probably a smart decision.
Yeah, I mean, doing it at the end of a taping, that crowd's going to not care about Shark Boy.
Yeah, like a rant. Yeah, no one cares.
Yeah.
We're, of course, seeing highlights from Final Resolution right now. There's Nash walking out. We saw Kaz taking the cage. Now, okay, they did not show Roode hitting Sharmell there. They showed the aftermath. But that's also smart if you want to see the replay. So I'm actually surprised they're showing this much footage.
Well, and you had said that there was not male on female violence, right?
Well, that's what they say Spike says. Prince for a Night is the name of the show, by the way.
They're not going to show that.
Prince for the Night. I wonder what that's about. Crystal is going after Robert Roode here. Sharmel's in the hospital with a broken jaw. What do you say for yourself? He's saying it's an accident? If you want to blame anyone, blame her husband Booker T for not protecting her.
It's a different attitude than Final Resolution.
I know. And he's wearing a leather jacket, which is weird. Don't you have any remorse? He said, no, I don't. This is professional wrestling. So he just doesn't care now?
What?
This is kind of definitely a change to what he was feeling at the pay-per-view. Robert Roode Inc. is going one-on-one with... Whoa. Roode versus Brooks tonight? You can't do that. We can't have that match. You think a broken jaw is bad? Wait till you see what...
Okay, so after he punched Sharmell, he was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. It was an accident, blah, 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 blah. And now today, he's like, not my problem. But Booker T should have done a better job protecting his wife, you know? Wrong place, wrong time. Oh, well. And then with Miss Brooks, he's going to suggest that he's going to beat her up. Just fire her. Get rid of her. Her whole thing is she needs the money for her mom who's sick.
Right. It's the
best heel thing to do is just fire her.
Right. Look at Roode versus Ms. Brooks. They're advertising it. Ridiculous. There's no way. There's no way.
There's not. No way.
There ain't a chance that match is happening, dude.
No.
Oh. TNA Knockouts Championship in the main event? Kong versus Kim in the main event tonight?
Rematch.
Dang, okay. Senshi, this dude's still here?
Oh, and Skipper. It looks like Triple X.
Oh, shoot, okay. I like how they're not using the Triple X theme, though. It's Senshi's theme.
It is Senshi's, but I feel like there's a beat to it that isn't usually with his music. I don't think it's a mashup. It's not a mashup of their song.
No, it is weird. Oh, well, they're going against the Motor City Machine Guns. I mean, this should be pretty solid.
Well, I would imagine Senshi is doing the job since he's like trying to leave.
No, he probably doesn't do jobs anymore because he had to do them so many times to get out of TNA.
On more than one occasion, too.
Right.
Years apart.
Senshi and Skipper immediately attack Shelly and Sabin while they're doing their taunt up on the rope there.
I don't even know the last time he's like worked in like 2020 in like modern times. I haven't heard anything about him.
I don't know. I just saw a clip of him doing a stomp, but I don't know if it was an old video or not.
So it looks like he just worked November 29th, 2025 in Australia against Dragon Kid. His last match, according to Cage Match on Stateside, was for VIP. It was a triple threat where he lost to Too Cold Scorpio in a match that featured Ninja Mac as well.
No, that's not the one I saw this time. I'm looking it up. Oh, no, it's definitely an old one. Yeah, okay. That's funny. I can't believe he's just like... He just doesn't... What does he do? Nothing? Does he work at Target or something? Like, what's he do?
The last I knew, he was usually trying to scam people into like his training stuff, right? Like, this is how you become a better person because I know everything.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, okay. His Twitter bio is, look at Shelly getting revenge on both these guys here, getting control of the match. Professional performance educator. He still does list himself, low key, the professional, 1998 to present, truth seeker, born leader. And then it says for education, you can email him. He has no Facebook or Instagram. He makes sure that you know that as well.
Yeah, that checks out.
Slingshot crossbody by Shelly, taking out Skipper on the floor as Sabin is about to climb up to the top. And nope, Senshi, cartwheel wheel kick, stops him. Oh. Senshi in the Tree of Woe. And Skipper sitting down, drop kick. And then the hesitation drop kick by Sabin. So Skipper's nuts just got hit twice with the back of Senshi's head.
Well, and considering his voice is pretty high pitched, you wouldn't even know.
Well, that's why Senshi and Skipper work so good together. Elix Skipper has the high voice, and Senshi's is very low.
I'm starting to think that Senshi and Black Rain should have just teamed together.
Yes.
Just for their promos.
Nice double team move by Shelly and Sabin. A little spin kick to the midsection. Super kick. Insecurity super kick combo. Going for the cover. And that is a 3 count. Shelly gets the pin on Senshi. That is a solid opening match. That's right. That's funny.
Yeah,
so Bob was just doing the Alex Shelley point to the hand taunt. So they've recently just had WWE Mattel figures come out because they're in WWE now. And they don't give them a flat palm to do the taunt, but they give them the point finger. So they have a C hand like this. And so they can only point like that to like a C hand. It's so bad.
That's funny.
Wait, Christian Cage is coming out as the machine guns are leaving, and he's attacking Skipper.
With
And
an Abercrombie and Fitch shirt on.
oh my god, I think he was supposed to toss him over the top, but he just bounced off the top rope and like hit his
Yeah,
head.
he sure did. Okay. Well, okay, just throw Senshi. I thought he was gonna do more to Senshi just to like piss him off. Piss like he's leaving. Like, oh, you'll take the finisher though. Why not?
This is going to be interesting. AJ Styles, it seems we have a problem that we need to work out tonight. I can live with the fact that you want to be your own man, but I cannot live with the fact that you cost me the World Heavyweight Championship. And Don West goes, and he did. Christian Cage says he's taking back everything he lost to AJ Styles. Let's see what happens with that. We're going to send it to Crystal, who's in the office of Jim Cornette. Oh, it's Harris. What do I got to do to get some respect around here? He says, what are you watching, Kurt Angle on there? Points to his monitor. Oh, Harris says, I don't even have my own locker room yet. Oh, did you see Cornette hang himself with the tie? Breaking the fourth wall, looking right at the camera to do it.
Yeah.
I've never seen Cornette do something like that. Like, look
That's
right at
funny.
the camera and make a joke. Cornette says, you're the most miserable human being I've seen in my life. Oh, shit. He goes, you want a match tonight? Okay, you're going one-on-one with Judas Mesias. Harris says, I'm asking for more TV time and you give me some blood-spitting vampire? Oh, shit. Harris says, well, I don't even have time to eat. Well, that's fine, because I don't want to eat the catering around here anyway. He still was complaining on the way out the door. Cornette says, that match is up next, by the way. You have 5 minutes to get ready.
Is Harris going to come out in his street gear?
I almost think he might. Samoa Joe just came in. Did you set me up?
One complainer to a next.
Same segment. We're seeing the same thing. One's a babyface, one's a heel. Make it make sense. Earlier today at 4:43 p.m., the Angles are arriving in a Cadillac. JB's driving it?
I like that JB is like with these guys.
AJ came and opened the door for Karen. Kurt rolls down the window and goes, oh, Kurt's got something special planned for the fans tonight. The whole world will witness the coronation of AJ Styles into the Angle Alliance. To note, you no longer will be AJ Styles. Oh, he'll be Prince AJ Styles.
What? He's not a Kurt. It's not a king.
JB, get the bags. AJ hugs Karen, and then they just walk off with each other anyway. Weird. Oh, okay. So that was a mistake on our version from the commercial break. They were just hyping up Global Impact. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Very, very quick. So that's that actually happens after next week's episode. But now JB is talking with AJ in the back. Christian's pissed off. You cost him the world title.
JB, if you note, he said that was the right move.
Oh, I missed him saying that.
JB said that.
AJ goes, Kurt, Christian said something about crippling me tonight. Forget about Christian. You better start getting dressed for the coronation. Prince AJ. JB's like, dude, like, what are you gonna do? Coronation at a time like this? I'll ask Karen. Hey, Karen. Christian says something about like killing, like murder. And he's trying to do it at like the impact zone. It's awesome. They're talking very quietly, but Karen, if you were me, what would you do? I'd fix my hair, put your pants on, and then hide. Okay, so Karen basically was like, "You're shit out of luck. Go hide somewhere."
Right.
Oh, he's taking
Just
JP.
the way that AJ's delivering, like, Christian's saying he's gonna like kill me.
Wait, knock at the door. Oh, it's Tomko.
Oh, it's Tomko.
AJ held behind Karen and said, "Get your hands off her butt, for Christ's sake." Hey, Christian said something about killing me, like murder. Oh, Tomko just told him he's on his own. Karen, you smell great, by the way. Weird. Weird segment. Judas Mesias is coming out next.
That music, the Judas's music at the beginning, it makes me feel like it's new to church, and it's not.
I wish, dude. I like that Judas Mesias came out one time with a cool mask on, and he still doesn't have it again. So I think we dropped the mask gimmick. That's Relic's deal. Father James Mitchell is, of course, here with his son, I think.
This guy comes across on some level like a knockoff Gangrel with the whole spitting the blood out of his mouth.
I could see it. No, I see what you mean. I feel like the blood part, like I said this in one of these recent episodes, worked for the debut. Is like, oh my god, there's a creepy guy with blood coming out of his mouth. I don't think he has to do it every time.
No. Right, I agree with that.
Let's see, is Harrison gear? Oh yeah, he is. Okay.
He had plenty of time.
I mean, honestly, with those segments, yeah, he did.
He's coming out the babyface tunnel, but there's no way this guy's a babyface.
Well, I guess when you compare him to Judas, he might be more of the babyface. But still, that is weird.
Oh, yeah.
But look, he's immediately going over to yell at Don and Mike. Finally got your TV time, huh? And Judas attacked him from behind. James Mitchell is on commentary, it looks like.
Come on, Harris.
Oh, they're talking about Abyss, and James Mitchell says, "Stop right there. How many times do I need to tell you? His name is Chris."
I don't like that. Humanizing Abyss is the wrong thing to do. I hate that. Put him back in the boiler with Kid Cash. And we're fine.
That's fair. Oh, wait. We're going to be revealing the secret to the world. And now, there was just a production error. I don't know if you caught it, Bob. He was still talking, and he was standing ringside. I think
He's right there. He's right there.
Well, but he was
ringside,
sitting.
You're right.
But when he was still talking, he was standing on the other side of the ring. So there was definitely some kind of weird production situation right there, where they changed when he said something. Or
Dallas, he's on commentary. How is he at ringside?
He's not talking anymore. I think he took it off now.
Oh, okay.
But that last sentence, he was still talking, and he was already ringside. Harris is starting to get control here of Judas, who, by the way, is like a foot shorter than Chris Harris.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Running bulldog off the rope. Wildcat went directly to Jim Cornette. He wanted this match. He wanted TV time, and he's getting it. Catatonic, but Mitchell has the referee distracted. Judas is able to counter it. Spits missed right in the eyes. Holy crap. And then straight to hell goes Chris Harris. And that's a 3 count. Well, Judas Mesias gets the
similar to
win.
the Wave of the Future a little bit, isn't it? Straight to hell.
Well, I don't know if this is a good time to mention it, Bob.
Don't you dare.
That is Chris Harris's final match in TNA for 3 years.
No.
We will actually be talking about that on our next episode a bit more, but I want to at least just mention it. Crystal is backstage with Ms. Brooks saying, "What are you going to do for your match?" She's like, "What, should I go run and hide? Like, what should I do?" Scared. I'm petrified. Did you see what he did to Charmel? Oh, the only way I'm getting out of this is to face that son of a bitch head on.
There's no way.
Okay, so there's a... Oh, see, I missed this part. Moments ago, Mitchell said, next week is the deadline. Either I or Chris will reveal the secret to the world once and for all. So next week, we get the secret, Bob.
This guy has a lot of secrets.
He literally... Well, we're at the announce table. This isn't really much of a substance kind of note, but Moody Jack, who does the Spanish language commentary for TNA, announced this week that he's left WWC in Puerto Rico. Apparently, he said he was sorry that things ended the way they did and felt that it was better to step aside in this particular situation without really elaborating on it. So he must be going full-time in TNA and stepping away from Puerto Rico. Not that it affects us really at all, but he's technically here. Look, we're going to Knockouts highlight from Final Resolution. So Johnson gets that awesome bomb. Good night. Hitting Kong in the head with the chair. The finish of this match was so good.
The finish was very good.
We're pretty much showing the whole match here. I can't believe they're showing this much. There's the roll through. Rudy lands right on top.
I'm surprised there's not like an Awesome Kong versus Rudy Charles match happening.
I mean, it's kind of partially his reasoning. Oh no. VCAM. Help me, they're in my house.
Help me.
Oh no, it's a tag team too. Wait, Kip and Roxy are leaving BG in the dust. They're just walking right past him.
Well, there's been issues between Kip and BG. Don't forget that.
Well, it's because BG has that briefcase, which he's not carrying right now, for a tag team title match, and he has not decided who his partner is, even though he currently has a partner.
Yeah, and I think Kip has a rightful reason to be a little bit upset with that.
Wait, Petey Williams is coming out, and he has new music. The Maple Leaf Muscle, and by judging what's on the entrance ramp, I'm guessing his partner is about to be Sanjay Dutt.
That's probably a fair assumption.
Look at him posing at the top of the ramp. Now, he does have his case, so I don't know why BG doesn't have his, but whatever. Yes, that was Scott Steiner's. Now, we need to keep in mind something. Petey is the top-ranked contender after the Gauntlet show at the beginning of the year for the X Division title. He's got a briefcase for the heavyweight title shot, which opens up the question of why does Awesome Kong get another shot at the title when ODB is technically the top-ranked knockout? Listen, it's convoluted, but we're going to be talking about it.
It's wrestling. Don't be trying to make sense of wrestling. It's just never going to happen.
That's why I don't like ranking shit. I don't.
Ranking is bad.
I don't like rankings.
You handcuff yourself. You don't want to do that. Like AEW had rankings for a while.
Yeah, and then that kind of faded off, which is fine.
As it should.
Sonjay Dutt is, by the way, Petey's partner. He's starting off with Kip James in the middle of the ring. Here's another random note for you. Oops, I'm getting yelled at by my Siri as I'm trying to talk, as this match is about to start. Apparently, WWE had a house show in Elmira, New York, which is fairly close to me and Bob, actually. And the first arena general manager, Robbie Nichols, who is the GM at this place, this was on, sorry, the way this note is written, it doesn't make any sense. But when the show was over, they had about 4,000 fans there. This GM, Nichols, announced that the next date for next month. But what was the problem with that? That's actually a TNA house show. So at the WWE house show, in front of 4,000 fans, they said, hey, we got another wrestling show coming up next month. Yeah, so it's a TNA show. They also had people handing out flyers for the TNA show as people were leaving. So WWE probably wasn't super thrilled about this one.
Well, here's the thing. The guy would want people to be there.
Right.
So I don't blame him.
No, I think it's just really funny.
That's good.
We just went to commercial, but we are back. Kip is in the ring with Petey Williams.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
You know, there's been issues with like venues and stuff, like how WWE will be like, hey, if you allow a company to run the Garden, like we won't go there.
Right.
So let's say that Scott Steiner is stealing back his briefcase.
He just snuck out, switched him and Petey's briefcase, and snuck away. Oh my God.
So here's the thing. I want Petey to not realize it.
That is really funny.
At least not quickly. So here's my question. Let's say a fee for the Garden is like $100,000. Obviously, that's not the case, but let's just say for semantics here. If you're running your building, would you rather get WWE one time at $100,000, or let's say AEW or any company really twice or 3 times at the same rate?
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with that.
I don't understand that.
I don't know how you can lock any kind of entertainment thing, not even just wrestling, anything. Like, how is that even a thing that's possible to lock people out of venues?
Yeah.
Petey Williams has
from a
noticed.
Business standpoint, I don't understand.
Petey has noticed the briefcases were switched, and he's leaving the match.
He's leaving Sanjay.
Aw, Sanjay and BG were hugging. Kip says, no, dude, what are you doing? Oh, he just pushed BG over the back of Sonjay Dutt, and Sanjay rolls Kip up. Holy shit. Sanjay just pinned Kip James.
Well, that's not helping Kip's case to be partners with BG.
No. Oh, what? Oh. No. Sanjay just went over and kissed SoCal Val.
Sanjay, stop kissing Jay Leto's girlfriend.
He's the biggest heel in the company as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, dude. What the hell? I kissed your wife one time, and you told me to stop doing that, and I stopped doing it. Dutt has now kissed SoCal Val at least twice.
I know. But you keep trying to do it. It's kind of weird.
I know. I can't even blame the alcohol because your house is fucking alcohol free.
you win one of your bets and you just start walking over with the lips puckered, dude. Wait, Kip is saying he wants his answer now. Who is your partner for your title shot? Next week, that's the end of it.
Next week is full of reveals.
Mike tonight just said next week is full of reveals.
That's what today just said?
Yeah, next week's full of reveals. I have a feeling there's going to be at least one more, and that's going to be like the big thing.
Yeah.
Christian is with Crystal, and he wants all this documented. Is that AJ hiding underneath the table?
That's AJ hiding underneath the table.
AJ and JB are still hiding under the table. That was right where Christian just was. Oh, he said, "Did you just fart?"
Nervous man.
Oh my God, Eric Young is here. I'll tell you what I'd do. I'd go to the park and hide. It's like a needle in a haystack. We got the coronation, though. We can't go. I'm not going to the impact zone with a big target on my chest. Okay, so we're going into the Universal Park, is what AJ is saying. Eric Young says, I'm going to keep an eye on the fort, and he stays underneath the table. While JB and Styles are leaving.
I hope that BG James brings out Bart Gunn.
Oh my God, dude. We're seeing a video package here of Team 3D's history with the X Division. Cool. I don't know when I'm going to have more time to talk about Samoa Joe. I don't know if he's wrestling on the show, so I'm just going to tell you Samoa Joe shows. Notes here. Samoa Joe is apparently being groomed for the heavyweight title. Granted, this has been planned for a good 2 years and pushed back time after time because they didn't want to do it too soon. As far as timing goes, because this whole business is about timing, they probably missed the optimal time at least about a year ago. The reason he hasn't gotten a singles title shot as of late is there is mentality that the next time he gets a shot, he may not have to win it the very first night, but he does have to prevail in the program. So now the idea is to get the right timing for when Angle should lose. So Dave says it wouldn't shock him to see Angle versus Joe at Lockdown, potentially. Okay, Team 3D and Johnny Devine are in the ring. And they said, guess what? Machismo and the Machine Guns at Against All Odds. Against Brother Devine and me and my brother Devon. In a hardcore street fight. Here's the steps. If you win, we will gladly hand you back the X Division title, which they fixed the side plate on, just so everyone knows. But when we win, the entire X Division goes away forever. Pack your bags, you go back home to your mothers and fathers. Wow, Bob, I wonder who's going to win that one.
I was just wondering. I hate these type of stipulations.
We are the greatest in the world. And he raises Devon's hand. I love that Devon's the one carrying the X Division title, by the way. He was the one who climbed up the cables.
He's also been like in shape to be holding a belt. Although he looks a little not muscular now.
Well, here's Samoa Joe again. He's going into someone's locker room. Kevin Nash is, who has a baseball bat?
Do you ever just stand in your room with your back to the door with a baseball bat ready to go, or what?
I think Nash knew what was going to happen. I think he was preparing.
I would imagine. Yeah.
I'm a businessman. If I don't get paid, I ain't doing it. I got a house on the beach. It's paid for. Okay. That's why he's saying all this, because he's telling Joe, I got everything you want. You think I screwed you a couple days ago? He goes, nah, I didn't screw you. It was a wake-up call. You're running around like an angry child, and it ain't working. You need my wisdom, man. Oh, look. He just gave the bat to Samoa Joe. He said, go ahead, take a shot if I'm such an asshole. Oh, he basically said, you won't do it. The other Samoa Joe note I had since he was just there, he basically had advice for aspiring wrestlers on his blog. And it's long. I'm not reading the whole thing, but just know that he wrote a giant rant. He wrote a giant rant about aspiring wrestlers, not knowing anything, don't assume anything, all sorts of stuff. Hey, we're seeing the real TNA Global Impact commercial here. Go behind the scenes. Also, they just had Kurt Angle talk about the Knockout title match and say he'd go with Gail Kim.
Interesting choice.
So I'm assuming we might see other people talk about that for the remaining of the show. Earlier this week, TNA is sitting down with Booker T. Oh, they're in the hospital. Thank you for allowing us to bring the TNA cameras here to the hospital.
Yeah, but is this a hospital or is this like a Just Incredible hospital?
Jesus. I think it's like probably the same room Kevin Nash is just in. They just moved the plant out of the way.
Yeah.
Booker saying it's pretty bad. She's got a shattered jaw. Wait, are we showing the footage? Oh no, they didn't. They paused that.
They stopped it, yeah.
Tell us about your thoughts, the emotions that you have. You know, I blame myself for this, he says.
Oh, so Roode's right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so that just confirmed what Roode was saying. She wanted to participate. Whatever Sharmell wants, I make sure she gets it. Well, you just cost her a broken jaw.
Biggest mistake of his life. Yeah, Booker.
He says it's the biggest mistake of my life. It's more than I can really take. More than any husband can really take. I've been really beating myself up day in and day out. But you know what, Mike? Sharmell's going to get up and walk out of this hospital. It's going to be the day that I stop beating myself up and taking it out on myself. It's the day he's going to focus all his frustration on one person. Oop, they almost showed it on that one too, but... So Booker's promising revenge here, but he may not be out of the hospital with Sharmell, and who knows how long. It means he's not in the Impact Zone this week, for sure. I gotta get back to Sharmell. Appreciate everyone being concerned, but give our best to Sharmell. I like when we have Serious Mike Tenay, who's wearing his leather jacket and jeans. Oh. You see what's happening next, Bob? It's time.
Roode and Brooks.
Robert Roode versus Ms. Brooks. Definitely about to be a match, even though we cannot have men on women violence.
Right.
Which might be just a fake rule they made up for stuff like this, but it's funny that they really pushed it as like Spike says we can't do that. And then they were like, we're booking the match. Roode versus Ms. Brooks. Ms. Brooks,
I'll hire you.
Oh, it's the army guy. Where's the number one fan? They didn't just show her on camera. She must.
I was thinking the same thing. Oh, dude, is she gonna fucking come out here?
Oh. Boo. Who?
Ooh.
That's what he's saying about Booker T's interview he just watched from the back. Oh my god, he just called Sharmal horseface skank. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude, he is the insults he has toward women. He told Miss Brooks to go back and dance for $1 at the pay-per-view. Didn't he call Sharmell like a whore or something too one time?
I think so.
He said something like that, and I was like, oh my god. Oh. He's saying good thing her jaw's wired shut because she could lose a few pounds. What the fuck? Speaking of overweight skanks, it brings me to you, Ms. Brooks. Jesus Christ, dude.
I'm starting to think that Roode just doesn't like Brooks because she won't sleep with him.
Could be. Oh, it's official. You are fired.
Hey. Very good.
What? You're nothing to me. You were through. Good thing you were trying to fight her in a match then? Oh, he's saying it's not enough. It's even close to being enough. Well, he's saying he should have done this a long time ago.
So if she's not contractually obligated to Roode, she doesn't need to wrestle him.
Right.
She had new music very quickly.
Okay, Brooks has new music and she's coming out crying.
Well, this makes sense because she no longer has money for her sick mother.
Right.
And now she's going to get her face broken. Where's the KAZ? Kaz, get out here.
He says in here, and she says, "Shut up! Shut up!" You want me to be scared, Robert?
Yes.
Is this what you want?
Yes, it does. We love Tracy, the crowd is chanting.
She's very upset. You broke Charmel's jaw. You verbally abused me.
That get him off. Oof.
Oof. You like abusing women? Rude, you son of a bitch. Talent, looks, money, cars. None of it matters. You're just a prick named Bob.
Hey.
Wait.
Whoa.
I know a prick.
No.
I know a prick named Bob too.
No. What? I don't like her anymore.
Oh.
Yeah. You skank.
Well, he said fat skank.
Fat skank.
As if she's so out of shape.
You
dude.
no good fake tit flat ass whore.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Tracy?
I'm
Oh,
joking.
you spit on her face. It's time for you to find out that it pays to be rude.
He ain't doing nothing. It's got to be the crazed fangirl.
Oh, they're about to fight.
Always show her. Oh.
Wait, Jim Cornette just stopped it.
God damn it, Cornette.
Robert Roode, don't you even breathe. It took him a little while to get out here, but I guess he had to change his diaper before he came out to the ring.
Oh my God.
You're not going to put a single finger on that poor girl.
Spike TV will not allow it.
And these people. Woo! He's not going to allow it. Woo!
Cornette, he's such a good guy.
You're an embarrassment to the male species. You disgust me.
That's fucked up, man.
TNA says join the crowd.
That's unironically rude of Cornette.
It pays to be rude, man. And what you did to Charmel? Oh, I should suspend you for the rest of your miserable life, which in turn is just kind of being fired, isn't it?
That's termination. Yeah, what are we talking about? You're suspended from working in TNA ever again, also known as you're fired.
Do it, do it. The crowd is chanting.
Also, when Tracy was like, hit me, she keeps on saying hit me, I would just deck her. And they'd be like, fuck you, Cornette.
I should suspend you. I should fire you. I should have someone run you over with a truck. So he's just trying to get him murdered.
That ain't right. Eddie says Gilbert died in 1995. You can't be running people.
Today said make it an 18-wheeler.
Jesus.
Well, he's basically saying, well, when Booker T comes back, he's going to take you apart piece by piece. You no good stinking bastard.
Judging by Roode's reaction there, it's as if he thinks that because Charmel had a broken jaw that Booker T would never come back. He's like, oh shit, you're right. He is going to try.
She's going to be back anytime. Right, they're saying they're going to have security escort her off the property.
Dude,
and
he's going to beat up Cornette for calling him Bobby.
And Bobby is not going to lay a hand on you. So she gets to leave.
Dude, he's going to beat up Cornette.
I hope he does.
And he should call him Jimmy.
Oh, shit.
Oh, there she is, dude.
That stalker. That fan. She just attacked Tracy from behind and is now beating the shit out of her.
Where's security?
Cornette's looking like he's trying to find him. Oh my god, she's got a chair.
What the hell?
Oh, he just threatened Cornette with a chair.
Oh my god, if he had whacked Cornette with a chair.
I wish he sucker punched Cornette and wired his jaw shut.
Yeah, right. But you know what? I don't know what's worse. If that were to happen, that means Matt Morgan would have to do a lot of
introducing
talking. I don't know about that.
To the Miss Banks is the replacement.
Oh shit.
Miss Peyton Banks. Matt Morgan even just ran out.
And he took his jacket off, and that's how you know he's mad.
No, Miss Peyton Banks, she looks like a psycho.
Good camera angle there for Brooks.
Jay Lethal is talking about the main event now.
The ninth question, yes.
The question is, will Cyndi Lauper make her appearance? I don't think
he doesn't even give a prediction.
No, I don't think he did.
Cyndi Lauper, she's gonna make an appearance. Oh yeah.
I have an interest.
Now all we need now is Black Rain.
And
to have.
Yeah.
Awesome Kong is gonna win.
There's some TNA house shows coming up here, literally between now and our next episode. So, Bob, we'll have some fun stuff to talk about on our next episode. Some new house shows. Tell me that's AJ in the Pharaoh outfit in the back.
It absolutely is.
We're in the park right now.
Here's the thing, JB. If AJ is trying to blend in, JB with a microphone and a camera crew is not going to help his case.
JB, it's me, AJ. I totally jacked this costume.
Totally jacked it.
Nope, not doing it. He's saying, I'm not doing the coronation. Is Karen looking for me? Why don't you say it from the get-go? Does Kurt know that Karen's looking for me, or it's on the D low? Oh,
I was hoping he was going to make a D'Lo Brown joke.
me too. Okay, she's in the bathroom, so they're gonna.
I thought he was. I wanted him to be like, "What does D'Lo have to do with this?"
Yeah. It looks like the Rock and Rave Infection are coming out, and they might have new music as well.
I don't know. I think that was at the pay-per-view, wasn't it?
Maybe, and I just didn't hear it good enough. But there's no Christy Hemme though. It's just Hoyt and Rave. Notice they didn't say
a woman who doesn't have a name.
They didn't say her name right there.
No.
Oh, look at, and their opponents.
That just means they don't have a name. They haven't figured it out. Well, we can't call her. We're not Shelly. We gotta have a trademark.
Oh, Salinas. They just said it on commentary.
Oh, there you go.
Well, and she's officially here with LAX.
Who in their right mind has ever confused, even with having a bandana over her face, that it was a man?
I don't know, dude. At first, I was wondering.
There's no way.
She's also wearing a flag as a skirt, and I can guarantee you it's coming off.
I'm sure it is. So my only guess, if it was a man, was that it would be Amazing Red, because they're basically the same stature. So
it could have been Senshi if he re-signed.
Could you imagine if it's? Yeah, it could have been. I guess. Is this a singles match?
No, it's a tag. LAX versus Rock and Rave. Hernandez and Hoyt starting us out here.
So this is a rematch from Final Resolution.
Yeah.
So we're getting 2 rematches?
Stalling suplex by Hernandez on Hoyt. This is pretty impressive. Hoyt could kick off the X Division title from the Ultimate X from that stalling suplex.
And he would win the title.
His legs were that high in the air.
A ladder.
Jim Rave in and over the shoulders. Homicide gets tagged in. Overhead belly to belly suplex by Homicide.
Okay, important to note here. Homicide does not have extreme lifts on.
Oh, shit. No, he does not. He's wearing like 3 inchers for a while.
Yeah, he was.
I think it's okay that Homicide's a little man. I think it's fine.
Do you think he was wearing the lifts when he was a heel? And that he's not now because he's a babyface? So it's okay to be smaller?
That'd be really funny. Those boots definitely look new. So it could just be be that he finally switched boots and then just changed out of them. Oh shit. Fade to black? Is that what he calls it?
I have no idea. That's a diamond cutter. Bang.
Now I gotta look it up. Pretty sure that's what he calls the move.
Here comes Hernandez and Rave. Hernandez naturally just chopping that.
Blackout. Sorry, that's my bad.
Blackout. Fade to black is, I think, a Tyler Black.
Is that what I'm thinking? I'm thinking of something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when you said that. Not that I know what his move is, but
someone else does it too. I think that's little double team splashes in the corner to Jimmy Rave, who's heavily taped up. Is that what that is, or is it a shirt?
It's a shirt. That's Hernandez.
Oh, Hernandez took it. I see now. I missed. I looked down at my note and I missed him taking his shirt off. Oh, that senton from the middle rope by Homicide while Rave was laid over the knees of Hernandez. Hoyt climbing to the top, going for that moonsault maybe, but is pushed to the floor, hits the guardrail. Homicide?
No way. Is he gonna hit the Gringo Killer?
No.
Oh, Rave countered.
Oh my god.
It was a slow count.
Oh, he goes for. Oh,
oh my god!
Holy shit, dude! Whoa!
What the hell was
Did you
that?
just see that? I can't even believe the transition and the fastness he hit the Gringo Killer on Jimmy Rave.
Guys in the truck. Guys,
We have to
need
see
a
it
replay.
again.
We need a replay. He didn't even fully extend.
Dude, that was insane. And if Rave,
That was you motherfuckers. They didn't even give a.
and if Rave didn't,
That was basically a hip toss version of the Gringo.
I could not believe it. If Rave didn't know what he was doing, he could have broke his neck.
Absolutely.
Wow. ODB just gave her take on the main event, which I didn't really hear, to be honest, because I could not believe this Gringo Killer.
She said she didn't care who won.
Okay, well, she's the top ranked knockout after the gauntlet. So. And now Crystal's with Tomko in the back, saying AJ got himself into this situation. I don't care if he's my partner. I knew it was a no-win situation. Have you been watching the show? Because as of now, Tomko makes his own decisions.
Is it just me, or does Tomko right now sound like he has peanut butter stuck on the top
Yes,
of his mouth?
I've noticed that recently. I feel like he literally took a spoon before. He's like, "Hey, Tomko makes his own decisions."
This is some good peanut butter. Is this something he's gonna have to deal with? I told him it was a good idea. It's like, okay.
Okay, another match happening next. We have a lot of matches on the show. Shark Boy's coming in the crowd. Wait, what happened to Shark Boy? He's on crutches and a sling. Oh, Shark Boy has requested this.
How is he medically cleared? How is the TNA doctor being like, dude, you're good to go. Don't worry about it.
Today, or someone said, why did he request this match? This is long-term storytelling, dude.
Yeah, it is.
He's fighting Tomko?
My God. He's gonna be in a coma after this match with Tomko. I don't know how he's gonna survive.
He might need a wheelchair after, actually. He's on one crutch now. I think they may lead to the wheelchair.
What? Dr. Kevorkian for assisted suicide, Don? Jesus
Holy
Christ.
Crap.
Maybe he's faking and he's gonna hit him with the crutch.
Oh shit. That'd be crazy.
Yeah. Then he wins.
So I'm assuming after this match, we're gonna have that coronation before the main event. Look, he's going with the crutch, and he just got the shit kicked out of him. Oh my God, dude.
That's so funny.
Can we throw in a towel for him? He's Don West says.
Oh, the main event is Kong and Kim.
Yeah.
I would put that as the main event. Coronation doesn't need to be the last segment.
Oh, clothesline from the
He
back.
ducked the clothesline, which was good, and then he got decked from behind, which was not so good.
What?
Is Shark Boy like the most entertaining character, and he hasn't said a word, or what?
Dude, it's so funny. He's barely on the show, and look how he comes out wicked funny. The crowd loves Shark Boy, so they're booing Tomko right now.
Of course.
Drop some fall away slam.
Oh man.
Yeah, Shark Boy is not doing well. He's bruised. He's battered.
He's trying to rally up right now, Shark Boy. There's no way.
Tomko's got him in a torture rack. Reverse TKO. And that's a 3 count. Shark Boy loses.
Oh my god.
I still don't know why Shark Boy would request such a thing. That clothesline to the back of the head. Good night. I can't believe we're seeing replays of this, but not from the nasty Gringo Killer.
That makes no sense.
We're getting a stretcher out here. We're literally doing a stretcher
would hope
job on
so.
Shark Boy. Check to see if he's got a pulse. But in the meantime,
Yeah,
to
he might be
JB.
dead.
He's just going into the men's room, sorry. Oh, Karen's fixing her dress in the stall. Oh, AJ, can you help me?
Oh no.
JB's offering his finger for the tie. As soon as you were trying to reach me, I came right away. Karen does not look happy that JB's here. Can you waste some time alone with AJ? I just want to see what's going on here, if you don't mind.
Great deal.
Oh, Karen says you and me can spend quality time alone later. Right back at you. There comes a time in a man's life where he needs to step up and rise above it all. But tonight is that night for you, AJ. He tries to talk and she puts her fingers on the lips. Shh. You've made me so proud over the last few months. You've become a strong man. You've even become more of a man than Kurt. Does he know about any of this? She goes, not now, not now. So what are you saying? Tonight is your night, AJ. You need to go out there and face your fears. Rise above it all. Nobody can take this away from you. Not Christian, not nobody. She just keeps like rubbing him. You're like the wind beneath my wings.
Oh my god.
Where's my tux? Okay, he's been convinced. I have a feeling we're doing that last now. Interesting note here that's kind of random, Bob. Dave says, not that I've heard TNA having any interest in him, but when Chris Masters spoke with friends in TNA about going there, they weren't exactly pushing for him to come. He was told most likely, because of his size and look and being 25 years old, that it's inevitable that WWE will take him back and not to get tied down. He was also told that that TNA is great, and if you're already a name commodity, because they'll give you a good spot, but for someone who they think of as a big name, or not as a big name, it's not the place for a young guy. That's just what he was told. There's always exceptions, but you can point to like Tomko, who left WWE and eventually came here and is in a pretty good spot. But so don't expect Chris Masters here anytime soon.
I like Chris Masters. We have Kaz here, who has Misty in a cage.
He says, this is not a fox, it's a mouse. Oh, Marlena. We've renamed the mouse? That is quite a little reference, huh?
That's weird. Yeah,
Marlena?
so he's renamed, the manager of Goldust, obviously, which was Terry, his wife, Marlena.
That's pretty interesting. But Kaz basically said if he wants it to come and get it. I lied.
Kong and Kim are getting the last segment here.
That's
as we get Kurt Angle.
Huge.
That is enormous.
Huge. First knockouts main event.
Call, too.
The Prince AJ accompanying Kurt and Karen. They're all wearing their tuxes. I'm here just so we can enjoy the final 20-ish minutes of the show. I have one final note, and it's that everyone was told that there would be drug testing done at the next tapings. All the talent was told before the pay-per-view, but at the meeting, they never said anything about penalties for failing. And I believe that must mean not this set of tapings. I would assume, I mean, that's literally the day before. They're like, or a couple days before, so maybe the next one? I don't know. I don't know when it is, but they're starting them soon. And that's all my notes for the show. Look at the giant king chair they have in the ring for Kurt Angle. JB has the crown.
I don't understand why they're making him a prince, though, still. Like, I don't understand that context.
Yeah, I'm not sure I understand or really like it, because why are we doing it?
I mean, I get making him like the secondary guy, but the prince aspect, I don't get.
Prince AJ Styles today says the Prince of the Backstabbers. Oh, sorry, the chair's for Styles. I should have realized that. We're about to do the coronation. I mean, that's literally a Halloween costume crown, but that's okay.
That's okay. AJ doesn't know that.
No, he's immediately doing it. Mr. Styles, I now pronounce you Prince AJ Styles. Amen and amen. Stay right there, AJ. You deserve it. Look how he's puffing out his chest. You made a choice at the pay-per-view. You joined the Angle Alliance regardless of the consequences.
You suck. You suck.
I'm a 12-time champion and an Olympic gold medalist. You can all kiss my ass. The way you did it, the beauty of it. The dignity and the honor that you had when you screwed Christian Cage. Oh, you screwed the man who helped escalate your career, but that's okay because you're going to bigger and better places. Okay, he's just rambling now. You hugged Christian Cage. As Christian turned away from you and came back to me. Whammo! You hit it with the flying forearm. Oh, okay. No wonder he's rambling so much. Here comes Christian Cage, or at least his music is hitting. Here comes the instant classic. He says there's one thing that you conveniently forgot to add. They said I had you in the middle of the ring in your ankle lock. Unless my eyes were deceiving me, that you tapped out.
You tapped out. You tapped out.
You tapped out. You tapped out. Okay, so he'll deal with Kurt later. He wants to address Prince AJ. Princess AJ is what the crowd is chanting. That's pretty funny. Are you ready to man up, is what he asked the prince. Karen's whispering in his ear. Yeah, you're right, Karen. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I'm ready to man up. Man up to not take any more of your crap.
That was so good.
The crowd booed it. They were like, boo. Kind of an interesting coincidence. You have Karen $4 and half a glass of Boone's Farm.
Oh my god.
Kurt's like, what would you say about my wife? Don't you ever talk to her like that. She is a lady. That's what AJ says to Christian. I can take you, Christian. There's 2 of you and 1 of me. Let's find out. Christian is coming down to the ring. Oh. Samoa Joe's music.
Important to know here, Christian's on the heel side still.
Oh, that's weird. Here's why. Because Samoa Joe, as we know, babyface Samoa Joe.
Yeah, Joe's on the face
had to come out the other side. See, still kicked off about Final Resolution. He says, I've come here tonight for my title shot, and I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. AJ says, shut up, Joe. Shut your mouth. You're not the champ. Kurt Angle is. You know what that means? We call the shots, not you. Wow, look who put on his big boy voice today. I have no qualms with smacking another man's bitch to get what I want. Hey, the champ is over here, Joe. Christian Cage is saying, hey, shot's kind of mine. Okay, we never agree on anything, but maybe we can agree on this. These 2 need to get their ass kicked right here, right now. Oh, they're both walking down the ring, and Jim Cornette has come out to ruin it. Let's bring this whole thing down to a screeching halt. Oh, okay. Cornette agrees that Christian Cage deserves a rematch after he got a Raw deal at the pay-per-view, but he also agrees with Samoa Joe. Even though he gets up in my face a lot, he should be a challenger for the World Heavyweight title. Look at that! I just sent this note earlier, and here we are. AJ Styles, I don't know if you deserve a title match, but I just love to see you get whooped. Next week on Impact, 3-way dance. Styles versus Cage versus Joe. So if Christian wins, he gets a title match against all odds. If Joe wins, he gets a title match. And if AJ wins, he gets a choice. He either gets a title match against his new boss, or he can give Kurt 2 months off. And Kurt doesn't have to defend the title till April.
Uh-huh.
Either way, dude, that's a big 3-way match for Impact next week.
Yeah, it is. I don't think Joe's winning it, because why would he get a match against? I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Up next, Gail versus Kong, though. We're seeing backstage shots of them walking.
I'm tempted to just have AJ win and then let Kurt have 2 months of not having to defend the title.
I have a feeling I can see this going 2 ways. You could easily give. Well, hold on. Here's the difference. We were talking about this before. Tell the tape. Kong is 272. Gail